times when it comes to business, some things don't make sense at the same time they make sense. For example, some people buying certain kind of cars may sound very, very illogical because it's an emotional choice. Most of the things that we purchase, even your financial advisor probably has some stupid purchase, not because he's stupid, but he just likes that device. He likes that thing. So a lot of advice you get from books, they don't account for the emotions that we feel towards getting some things. They don't see that part. And let's be honest, if you have probably lived up to 20 years in your life, you get to see that sometimes the things that you purchase out of logic are worse in terms of the way you feel when you're interacting with these things. For example, if you brainstorm on the next maybe a car to buy, you do a lot of research and everything, but your heart is telling to go for another car. There's a reason your heart is telling to do so, and most books wouldn't tell you that because the goal is to make the book want to make sense. But if I sit you down and tell you that there is a reason you are emotionally drawn to that book, and we tend to see emotions as something to be avoided. Emotions can tell us a lot, and it's not what we should just dismiss. But I think I digress. The two best habits for anybody to ever try is meditation and cardio. Meditation is for the mind, cardio is for the body, for the cardiovascular system. So if you can dial in those two habits, trust me, that is the foundation for having, should I say, to be 50 to 60% better than most men in the bedroom. Get your heart right, get your mind right. I don't want to go into details about it, but like I said, I think I might create an offer around it. Well, I have people who have told about this thing and they've all confirmed that it works. So I'm here to turn into a course. And also other things. So that's why I just figured that well, I must not document my entire journey, and I don't want to be that person. I want to be that person who shows result, like who does things to help people. And I've come to realize that sometimes looking at this guy, Daniel Dillon, right now, a lot of people are trying to purchase a course from him, not because not because I don't know, for some strange reasons, people just want to look for ways to, should I say, support the creator. Because we're moving more into this creator space where if I've seen somebody build a business, even though it's not $1 billion business, provided that he's already building one and he's making some progress, I might as well just work with him. What is the worst that will happen? So that's why that's giving me some form of motivation to progress in this online business space. When I say online business space, my startup too is still online, but you get the point. Basically, giving people like products that are beyond tech, because slowly I'm leaving the tech scene. I think I see the tech scene is going to feel a whole lot different in the upcoming years. The people who would win are not people with the best features. They are people with the best distribution. People who can draw the most attention to their business are the ones who are going to win. There will be the businesses who feel they are much more human than others. So, so I promise to be giving takes like this almost every single day. So instead of me trying to, so it's going to be a whole lot of fluff, a whole lot of mistakes. Mind you, I'm still going to create like normal content where I like discuss topics like that are real, right? At the same time, for the next 6 months, I'm just documenting my journey. Now, time is about 6:05. I'm supposed to get ready for my mixed martial arts training. So, but give or take, in the next 40 minutes, my team will be here. So I need to like pack up my stuff and then prepare to go and meet them at, no, prepare for them. We'll meet along the way and go for the mixed martial arts. By the way, though, my mixed martial arts class is still going on fine. I promise to be going there 4 times a week for the next, for most of the time. For most of the time. So rather, that's true. I think Tuesday. Ah, hmm. Okay. All right. I just remembered the fact that I have to be somewhere on Tuesday, which might cause some ish for me. But notwithstanding, though, I would I'll keep dropping my learning, things I have learned from this book. So I think for this principles book, right, what I intend to do now is today I'm free. I have just two tasks on my maybe about three tasks. Oh, four tasks. One, summarize this book, right? And when I'm summarizing this book, I'm going to get bullet points from this book. Any bullet point that I see that makes sense, I'll turn on the camera and like just put it together into like a video and like say it out. But I'm not going to hide like, oh, this is something that I thought about from the blues. No, I'm going to bring it out. Oh, this is a nugget that I found from this book, and it reminds me of something else that I got in another book. Okay, maybe with this a podcast can start. I don't know, but this whole idea of distilling knowledge from this book and bringing knowledge from other books is what I'm aiming at, because man, this guy has some real tough ideas inside this book, and I feel like that would just be my unlimited source of content documenting my journey. And then I don't know where this will lead to, but like I'm following one quote I think I got from Naval Ravikant. I think it's Naval. Yeah, I think it's Naval. That most of the things that were created or that were created and we thought were new were just the people tinkering around. We're just trying out things and seeing what works. So that's why I want to just try as much as possible. Be much more human in the camera. I don't have to sit down, script short form, and just say things. And by the way, I think I'm beginning to enjoy this process. That's why this video is what about 20 minutes of me just ranting, But I think on the upcoming videos, I think if I keep doing this, it will be less of rant and more of tips and practical guides, ideas coming together from things that I have read. So that what that means is I'm supposed to consume content that I think will help me achieve my goal, turn on the camera and talk about it. So from this book, I promise to make about give or take maybe 50 minutes worth of content from this book. So something that I think you don't want to miss. And then another reason I'm doing this is because I'm slowly beginning to notice that YouTube right now, or the main platforms, are turning into background. I won't call it background noise, but people are fed up with a whole lot of content in terms of heavy scripting, lack of personality, and everything, lack of stories. But in mind, I want to be something different, right? I want to be something that when I'm documenting my journey, I kind of realize that 90% of things I'm going to say here may not be practical in your life, but it might take just one idea. And I don't expect you to sit down and watch these videos because they won't be edited. It may be slapped in as podcast. You may consume them by just listening in the background, but something will click in your head and you can say, wow, okay, that sounds very practical. So something that, like I said, I'm super grateful for. And then I really hope you find out what you're looking for in these videos. Nah, I'm not sure I'm doing three. Okay, so I should go back and hit.
Again, I'm punching you.
Yeah. One. Okay.
You know I have to go back now.
Yeah, okay.
I already hit you.
Yeah.
Now I'm in your zone. Anything
Yeah.
you want to do, you can beat me.
All right.
So to escape,
All right.
I use this to protect myself,
Okay.
cover my retreat. As you're following me, I'll give you this.
So you're stepping back and you're two at the same thing, at the same time, rather.
This.
So, all right.
So that two is like you're using it to push yourself out
Okay.
of this,
Space.
of the space.
No, one is one to push out of a space, or two.
When you're going back,
Mm-hmm.
you know I'm in now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back now, trying to escape. The first thing I do is jab you.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, okay, I'm in your distance.
Mm-hmm.
Jab is usually just a push.
Mm-hmm.
I use it to push myself.
Mm-hmm.
You're obviously going to follow.
Mm-hmm.
So I give you this again.
Okay. All right. Give or take about my 1 hour workout period. When I say 1 hour, it's actually like 45, 50 minutes workout. So I'm in by 6 on the dot, I'm out by 7 on the dot. So, but I may have to take it I have to take it to 90 minutes to accommodate MMA
training, practice kicks and punches and all until I have my proper workout routine. So I'm meeting with my nutritionist tomorrow to get that. So I'll document that also and upload that. But not know that
Don't worry, you're fine. Just ignore not the pressure in your hand. Don't look at
I
your
should
hand.
not the reality.
Don't look at your hand at all. You start to push up 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Alright, down. Go. Don't think too much. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Down. Don't look at your hand. Don't look at your hand. What is your hand doing? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Down. Almost there. Halfway.
Let's go.
Yes. Yeah, you're familiar. Just this one is different. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Down.
How many left now?
4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Down. 1, 3 now. 3, 2, 1. Up. Down. Almost there. 2, 1. Up. Down. Last one. You have to sit. After you're sitting down. Yes. Then walk. Okay, so lean. This is the way to stretch your ankles and also your glutes. You have to sit lower. Sit like you want to sit down.
Lowest point now.
Okay, if that's the lowest point, no problem. Just walk. Lean from side to side. You know how Pocoyo walks now, dogs. Just lean from side to side. Walk from side to side. Prepare you. Go with you.
You understand? Last first game, I checked ice for like me.
No. Yeah. So when you get here, you just stand up and then shake your legs out. Okay. So, don't walk. Now the idea is to walk Just I think you did it last time. You're going to step forward, huh? Lunging forward, keeping this low. You dip down, then move without rising. Dip down, move, dip down, move, dip down. So go as far as your leg can take it forward. Yes. So stretch, let that full stretch. Yes. Yes. Huh? Take your leg further till you can't, you know, get more range. You can go faster if you want. So imagine on 2 legs. Yes. You can go faster. Now to slow. Just breathe well. That was key. And try not to rise. It's front. When you get to the corner, just turn and then adjust.
Okay. All right.
Okay, get down. Give me 5 seconds. Now.
Go faster. Where this foot is, right? So you draw a line. Huh? You dip one, then lunge back, huh? Then front kick. Just do 10 for each side. Dip, then lunge back, dip, then front kick. When you go knee back, huh? Two. Take your knee up. 3. 4. This push. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. Alright, so 2 sets. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. One. Make sure your head is behind my back so that I can't. You understand? So try and not totally take back. Huh? So this is like you are spotted, kind of spotted. Yes. And then you find out for you scoop. Yes. Scoop up. Yes. Uh-huh. So now when you're putting your head, put your head here.
Okay.
In the center here so that I can.
Okay.
You understand? Huh? I didn't get my foot through. Where you go with my hip bone? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Close. Yeah, so turn this in first, like a spoon, yeah. Then scoop up. Press and scoop up. No, I'm not feeling the pain. I can feel the lift, but not feeling the pain.
So this
See, this is seat here. Seat here. Yeah. So you want to dig in first, like this, then drag up. You missed the bone again. So first of all, turn your forearm down first, then drag in. Yes, like that. Yes, head that way. So that if he wants to elbow you, you understand. You're going on yourself.
Then what with the legs?
You switch person's leg.
Okay. Why is up?
Once you get him, you understand, you probably get that, you take the person down. You don't waste time. So it has to flow. That's what I get. So that's just what it is. So at the end of the day, when it comes to either somebody doing that cover tie or trying to throw a punch, if it is a punch, always aim for smacking the wrist away and jump and go that way. Don't try to go for the elbow because the hand will too fast to catch your face. So if try to touch your nose, so as the person is coming, it's here. The moment you sense the shoulders twitch, you know something's coming. Don't worry about it, guys. It's here, you guys. It's here, you need to watch out. Once the muscles twitch, something about to happen. It alerts you. If you watch Tyson on home, when Tyson is fighting anybody, see where he resides. Once you move in a weird way, he's all over you. You know the arm that is coming. You understand? So the moment you sense the arm is your guard is right here. This is like a fence. You understand? So you're here, you'll be acting like you want to punch, but meanwhile this is there to parry or strike a punch at this point. So the moment you feel the person is throwing, you tuck your chin should be close to your shoulders, right? So that if the punch is really fast, it can glance off, or you can collect 50% or something lower than that, than the full punch. And the moment you collect it, you are going in at once with your technique. That's the whole idea. So with that coming this way, with the punch coming out, the moment you smack, you are in already. You get the floating rate up. Yeah. So if you catch the person, let's say it's going to be on the left, and you get the person here, this is even much of because this is where the liver is. The liver and the lungs. You're not only going to get the liver, you also get the lungs to be squeezed. And the liver is always on the right side. That's why when people get the liver shot, they go down.
Okay.
You see them looking like fish, like this. They are alive, but they can't do anything because the shock really messes up the whole body. You get. So what you're going to do now is, I want you to, the moment you see my hands, I want you to parry and get into position. So try not to hold. That's it. Every second counts. The moment you try to grab my hand, I mean, won't pull it back. So it's supposed to be as you're moving in. So one time no, don't worry. As long as this movement is what I want to get now. Diagonal. As you move, your head is moving too. So you are. When you do that too, try to as soon as you smile, the shoulder is coming here. In case of doing push, so this is protecting your head and your neck while you're sweeping it around. Don't leave that leg behind. Long ground. I see your hand grabbing. Okay. It's just, you know when you swat a fly? Okay. Yeah, just that. Don't let your hand be heavy, just small tap. Try not to bring it down. Just slap it. Okay. Slap it over your shoulder. Okay. So pull the shoulder in because your face was open. So what I want, eh? I want to do this, not this.
Oh, okay.
In case of you don't want that. Move your body, let your body behind you. You're leaving your body behind. You're doing this. It's
Okay.
just try. When you move, what you
Come again, come again.
it's covering my face, protecting my chin. As that shape.
Okay, so this because I'll say my foot is not body. I think you should.
See what
My
you're doing.
feet are
See what you're
going.
doing. You are doing this and leaving this leg behind. So by the time you turn, you're now here instead of here.
What I'm saying is that I think it's my stance because I was already. This is how I was standing.
It's not it's not your stance. Even if you're standing that way, the idea is that whether you're standing on your head or kneeling down,
Okay, so take it from the fight stance. Let me see.
let's say it's my fight. Even if I'm standing like this, I'm standing like this, I'm standing like this. The whole idea is once you're here, once you move, it's simultaneous. So it's your shoulder. See. So you're transiting from there to that's from 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock. That's the so slap it over the shoulder. Cover it. Try not to go this way. This leaves you open. Alright. Now
You're not serious.
coming this way. Coming this way. Or push it on. What I think about it is either you put your leg behind the back of this or you sweep the person.
Okay.
Just because of time and budget. But I'm going to give you a
Right leg.
this ask me to
Right leg. Right.
the reason why I think you should watch the games
Hand on
when he
your
fights.
belly.
I want to observe how he really parry these guys' punches and get into a punch. I really need to observe this guy. I need to study. You understand? Just study him. Don't get caught away by all anything else, but study how he's going. Because the person is fighting is a boxer. You're getting a boxer. So I need to just observe everything he's doing, parry and get into a punch.
So, so you know, when you set goals, right, you get to see certain information that will help you achieve that goal. So, for example, is I have a goal of having like a very large family, more boys than girls. So I'm asking myself, what can I do to increase the chances of me having boys, right? And funny enough, I have never actually Googled this, but for some very weird reasons, I have been seeing research papers that talk about how you can actually aim to have more boys. One is when she's ovulating, aim to have the intercourse when the eggs are available because the male part of the male sperm are quick to die. So aim to have don't they are faster and they die faster at the same time. So if our eggs are already out and they go in, there's a high chance of the boys coming in on two. Yes. These two things I've noticed them myself. That very attractive men tend to have more daughters. So what that means is that not to send you like that. So I should not aim to be when I mean attractive is I don't mean masculine, I mean attractive. Attractive in the sense of light skin, beard, all these new Gen Z kind of guys, just guys that the most attractive guys basically get to have more daughters. Point two. The third point is which is also a research that the the male sperm they are susceptible to they die easily when they are exposed to heat. So in what sense is people who go to the gym excessively, who work out a lot, who run a lot, they have a higher chance of having daughters because quote unquote the male sperm dies fast when he's exposed to heat. So I think at that period where I think I want to plan to enter some weeks, zero gym, ice cubes in the ball, and then just hope that, and then aim for her when when the eggs are out. By then, at that period, there's a high chance that it's guys that are coming in. So everything I just said is based on quasi research. I have never actually googled this thing. I just random social media advice that I've brought together and passed on to the camera. I want to just sit down and tell my story of why I'm learning martial arts. I'll make a long video, make a short video. Those are the yoga guys. I did all my yoga. I don't know why he trains though, but I've done. You look at him. But I gave it a second thought. I was like, I'm like, I didn't see that we are showing you real thing. Why the fuck are you going to stand there? I began to ask myself, like, why am I training? What am I training for? To be very, very frank, I'm training to just have this idea to have this confidence of being a mixed martial artist. Will I fight other people in terms of a ring fight? I think I would. So it will mentally prepare me for a real life situation, right? And one, two is, it will help me to put myself in an uncomfortable situation. Because I cannot believe that the more uncomfortable situations you face, the tougher you become as a person. So if you constantly put yourself out of your comfort zone, even though when it comes to fighting, so I'm not fighting for the sake of having a title. I know that if I aim for a title, I'll get discipline in the process. I'll have to work on my diet. I'll have to work on my discipline. I'll have to work on my mental willpower. So all of this is to affect other areas of my life also. And plus, if I aim to do it to fight other people, or I mean fight other people is in an arranged match, not on the streets, because on the streets, the primary goal is for us to live there as quick as possible, not to fight as many people as possible on the streets, because on the streets, there are almost no rules. People have knives, people have bottles, people have objects. So the goal is to move as quick as possible, and fighting should be your last resort. So right now, I'm training for actual fights, for real life fights. So I'm going to be actively involved in MMA, maybe UFC, watching those guys. Give or take 6 months from now, I could have a fight. Whether I win or I lose, I put myself in that uncomfortable position. Same thing I'll be doing with my sales process. I'm calling people, calling strangers, trying to explain myself and what I do for them, the goals I can help them achieve. And also, it's also supposed to be a way of self-improvement, because I've been hearing people talk about how they allow themselves get punched in the face, and then they appreciated themselves more when they got punched in the face. I don't know how that works, but I'm a strong believer that if it works, it works. If it works, it works. And if people say it works, it works. So the goal right now is any chance I get, I should put myself in an uncomfortable position, something that will make me grow. Because to be very, very honest, I feel like I have been in a rut. What I mean in a rut, I really have not experienced any serious growth. But one thing that keeps me going is when I read the story of other entrepreneurs who say, for months there was no progress, for years there was no progress. All of a sudden, everything came all at once. It's stories like that that keeps me going, despite the fact that everything feels whack, everything feels off. So that's why I keep going. And what else? Then I just made a short video, I think for like normal TikTok, Instagram, on why I'm learning martial arts and mixed martial arts. Because I have been bullied for like the first 15 years of my life. Bullied from primary, even to junior high school, to the point where I always wanted to become a soldier. And that wanting to become a soldier made me have some drills. And these drills made me disciplined, they made me sharp, They put me on my toes. And that's something that I really, really want to get back because, like I said, I've really not experienced any serious growth. I have not put myself through any form of struggle or pain, and which I think that's where growth comes from. So while you watch me go over this journey, I'll tell you to please go out there, put yourself through something that you know will help you grow, that will know will make you a better person. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'm currently going back to the studio. My startup has some short form content to shoot. So I want to just observe and see what they'll be shooting all along. And by the way, like I said, my goal for today is to summarize, summarize everything. Are you okay? What are you doing? That's the only thing I'm searching about. You are doing. So I know. Like, if you hit your head here, I want to even explain. You can't hit your head. I want to even explain what happened. I will just keep quiet and say I was making a video. I heard where I was being. So yes, no problem. So no, me recording these videos is not. So me recording these videos is for people to see the real thing. It's not edited. The only parts we edit are parts where we feel like we disrespect other people. That's why I said that people's faces, the only person whose face can be shown is the trainer. But take it or leave it, it will also help to.
You know even hear what you say.
What?
Nah, you should record this video more. Like you would want to be collecting some copies.
When I uploaded the stuff,
Have you seen it?
yes, now 2 hours. They said, oh, more. They are showing them.
Send it today again, like continue.
Because we are showing people the real thing. We're showing people the real thing, like, and I feel like that's what people may want to see it, and they may want to see. And at the end of the day, if I have more Americans watching my stuff than Nigerians. But when we have Nigerians, we don't know who will see this video one day. It's just private class training now. And for people in Ikoyi, you see that's cheap for the entire house. I think when I say household, I believe maybe his kids might be there to security, his kids. And let's say there are 5 people. Let's say there are 5 people. I don't think they're paying less than 50 each. It don't make you can't pay anything less than 50 each. A month. Patrick. And then in the let's say well, I'm gonna train them every 2 market days. I want yeah, I just want new technique today. I don't teach you tomorrow. I will forget the technique. Oh yeah, come on your boys, bro. And then he said, guys, I just let one new technique go. I just teach you tomorrow. If not, it will expire. And if it expires, it don't go. So set the board after they come, pay my money today. So I go buy fuel, come meet you tomorrow. I say 50 times 5 people. That's fair. So he too knows that one also. And so like I'm saying now is that before I was saying I won't fight anybody. That what I mean, like, I won't go for any professional fights. I'm saying that you know what? In 6 months, like if I focus and say 6 months, I'll go for a fight. What's the bad thing? Worst case, I will lose. And so what? At least I know that it's 2 things. If I'm training to not fight, I'll take it very, very likely. But if I know that I'm going to fight another human being, like I said, the key thing there is not to cause damage, it's just to exactly. It causes me to stretch. Yeah, so the same way swimming. Me and the guys who swim, sometimes we race. In almost all of the races, as far as they're always almost win, they're almost always winning. At some point, and they see say, and they give them gap sometimes. So that improvement of because if I was just swimming for relaxation, there will be no need to step up. So I think sometimes competition is nice. It should be my day 5 of MMA training. I woke up with a cold and an itchy right eye though. So yeah, so regarding the martial arts, although Saturdays are not really my days, but like I said, when you start something, you need consistency on a level of intensity. Why maybe different strokes, different folks. But why I do that is because It's to help me build that habit of going into it. It's like when people say you can train 4 times a week, 45 minutes when you're just starting out. I don't entirely believe that. I believe that maybe I can do 4 times a week, 4 times a week for about 3 months. At least let me get like good grounds on it. And if I just remember something because I made a video on why you should have that beginner mindset. It's because with the beginner mindset you can approach any task and not be afraid. Any single thing and not be afraid because you know that you're a beginner now. I know that if you keep trying, even though you're failing at it at some point, you get the gist and you will no longer be a beginner. So right now I'm the beginner here, where even kids are correcting my strokes. No problem. You are the I'll say when it comes to what they call it, the martial arts, you're a bigger brother here. So go ahead, correct my strokes. But I was like, come on, let's catch ourselves outside this context first. Get the point. So there's always people. Yeah, one up, one up, one up, one up.
No, I shouldn't have gone. I was never aware.
It was when I was hearing noise. So I think today I only have like one major task, and that major task is basically to type out this book I read, Principles. So I'm currently going through my 75 and I kind of realized that having to run my startup at the same time 75 hard and still maybe have to slowly do some clients work was too much. So I have this thing where I do where I read and I go and like summarize what I read and typing it out in my notebook, my notes. Before I used to write them, but I kind of realized that I almost never went back to write them. So I put them into my notes. So within this book, Principles by Ray Dalio, it's packed to the point where almost every single page has a point for you to think about. Almost every single page, maybe like 80% of all the pages has points where you have to sit down, think about them, and ask yourself, what does this mean? They probably just go deeper into this book. So, and I think that's kind of like slowed down my content creation because this is content documenting. I slowed down my content creation in the sense that if I pile up all of these ideas, if I can't sit down and explain them bit by bit, I'll get bored, I'll get tired. But instead, I think I want to try out something where I'll read or I'll write down a little bit, then turn on the camera, bring the idea together, make it make sense, dive deeper into those ideas, why they make sense and why some should be questioned, so you get the point. So yes, that's my plan for today. So give or take, I've already made about 20 minutes of video explaining my process already. So this may be like a duplicate of that, but regardless. After that, so while I'm doing my martial arts, I think the team will be coming over to the studio to make a couple of videos. There's a fly in the car. This fly is really, really disturbing. What noise? The wind noise. This is also. We're not moving fast now. Wait till we're moving fast and see what happens. But I'm super grateful that my this guy's place, see how somebody's crossing the whole express. Well, because he's a chosen.
He's a chosen. He's a chosen.
Like, he's not bothered on the fact that people are on the express with high speed. He's not thinking about that. In his mind, he's a chosen.
And now, I chosen wife.
Yeah, how bad now?
I chosen wife.
I can't know that. Cut them slack now. It's not everything that is cruise. But maybe because his mind is open.
Yeah, he's Daddy Jew, told you. That nothing will happen to him.
Not
That's
the
the same Daddy
words.
Jew when they use protective gears. When
I
they
say
carry
protective
security.
gears. I'll say he has protection that some governors I won't admire it. So them have they have one of the highest level of securities.
Yeah, they are even most of them. Like there was one that went for Agbada. Is it Oyakilome or what is his name? I couldn't remember the name of the pastor, sha, but it was wearing clothes and bulletproof vest was showing under his clothes. They were not like, why will a whole pastor be wearing bulletproof?
I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, he went
No,
to
I
Abuja
don't think
during that APC conventional
I don't
party.
think any pastor has worn bulletproof
Yeah,
before. I've
he
not
won
seen
it.
that before.
He won it. But do you remember? Was it not during that Buhari tenure? Or whose tenure was it? When they were campaigning, when the pastor went to pray for them. Yeah. So
Oh what? Where did you people hear this one from?
yeah, people are always posting it now. When say they go just circular like this, they go circular.
It's banned. It's banned.
So
I believe it's banned.
was he editing or what?
I believe it's banned. Banned. It could just be maybe his waistcoat. So why would he wear bulletproof?
It's possible now. He knows the kind of.
These guys can afford. These guys can afford Kevlar suits. Kevlar suits are close to bulletproof already.
Okay.
So if they can afford Kevlar, why go and buy a full-blown bulletproof? Because take it or leave it.
There's no Kevlar,
So, but the vice president, there's no point in him carrying a gun because his security is to some extent sufficient.
Yeah, what does he want to use his gun personally to do?
That's the point. What does he want to do if he has a gun? Who's there to shoot at?
Yeah, but you believe that?
Because anybody who can get the vice president before he's passed through security is enough
to kill him.
to take him out.
Yeah.
With so much speed.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be coming. So even like I said, president, they want to give them Kevlar suits, like Kevlar suit that are with Kevlar, and say wear bulletproof because it's an insult. Sorry, John Wick. Okay, Kevlar is a material used to make some bulletproof materials. So I don't know if Kevlar itself is a material, but I know that there are Kevlar plates. So when it's a bulletproof, right, made of Kevlar material, right? But some bullets can still penetrate Kevlar material. So they still have Kevlar plates. If it's some bulletproofs, there's a thing, yes, that's in their middle that will stop bullets from hitting that area. So yeah, that's the Kevlar plate. I don't know what Kevlar is itself, but I don't know it's Kevlar fabric. Regardless, that's my point. So I don't take any pastor. They can afford Kevlar materials. These suits.
But which one protects more?
That question is very funny. Is the place that protects the most now? The most is the plate. The question is, what are you protecting yourself from?
No,
because
this one is not just going anywhere.
Okay, so
campaign.
Okay, so
So he knows campaign
pastor
now.
for campaign. I never think Oyakilome has gone to campaign before.
Now I'm saying he's one of those popular pastors, sha. But you remember now during that Buhari time.
Karate.
Yeah, what was that?
Karate.
Karate. Where's that? Okay.
Recreational center.
Okay. Later I'll find you now.
Yeah, man. You come. What is it? He's not the one.
He's not the one.
That's the one.
Why is my face now seemed up with these days?
If it's the one, he'd have highlighted.
You gonna be like, no, I don't do party with them. I will first start them. Those people, they have a way of like knowing their own customers. Like because he knows anybody that starts doing party with you, the day when you want dash out money, and that kind of person will give money.
Yeah.
So they just know, they just have a way of knowing that when they want to share something will drop.
Sorry? Oh, no, I don't touch, don't lay hands on top.
How about you call the Lucas? People always say this, I don't even notice. I notice everything for you. I don't even say
Yeah, it's not measuring the speed.
She we don't run it.
Even me myself, I don't say I need to run now.
When we on the express, you know that we move. Where the content small. This one not even move.
Even like this, it's supposed to have moved. So more. You know how many questions they go ask before you pass that gate?
Exactly. you just tell them it's going to recreational center karate. That's just it.
No, there's time for it now. You want to do them character for afternoon. But I think for the recreational center, yeah, people can just come and pay and swim. You can say, okay, you're coming to come and swim. But you shall guys carry your swimming. Yes, yeah. But it's a very, very close test station.
Like Jack can't say, instead of that unilateral swimming pool, that is always public, we plenty people just they did it.
We do that in movement.
Eh?
We do that in movement.
Yeah, not like plenty, but those ones are too much. Like
How much is the swim in like? Huh? There's one in Bagada now that is not all the pools are populated, all pools. Even in this club, the club in Ikeja.
But look at that one we went to was not really populated, or maybe it was because the day we went.
Which one?
That one, that
Look
place
at the
was
time we
much.
went now. At the time of the day. People are at work now. Come on the Saturday and see what is looking like.
Yeah, not like people should not be there, but at least you can just 5, 6. So,
I'll take my money.
let me see. I'll go. We'll park for our parking space. Let's just move. Let's just.
Let's just don't pack finish. Let's just not send you. Don't send
Let's
you
just
today.
send anybody.
My guy said never move your cup, sir.
I just pray those judge guys will come.